Hey, what's up guys? It is great to see you all again, and if you're new here, I'm Patrick and this is where I ramble about tech and other stuff. So, I think it's safe to say that I'm a bit of a geek and I like my gear. I really enjoy my iPad Pro and my iPhone is pretty much attached to my arm. But whenever I need to do some real work like multitasking or video editing using heavy files, I have one clear weapon of choice, which is my spec'd out MacBook Pro 16-inch. This thing is a beast. But of course, to get the absolute most out of it, whether it's here in my office or on the go, I'm gonna need some accessories, and I have a couple of favorites that I want to share with you today. So, let's ramble. So first of all, this machine is not cheap, and of course it will be wise to invest in some protection. So let's start with the first layer of protection, which is this carbon fiber skin by dbrand. I like the way it looks, and I'm rocking the exact same one on my iPad Pro. My MacBook pretty much lives in clamshell mode when I'm at my office, and taking the MacBook in and out of the stand can cause some wear and tear. The skin will protect it from scratches, and when it's time to sell my machine, I simply peel off the skin and what is left is an immaculate looking MacBook. By the way, I did a little video on how to apply the dbrand skin, so if you're interested in that, just click on the card up here, or up here, I'm not sure, one of these sides. The infamous laptop stand itself is actually an inexpensive one from Amazon by a company called Amaton. It's nothing fancy, but it has a weighted base so I can grab my MacBook without the stand flying off my desk, and it's super adjustable. By loosening the 4 screws on the bottom, you can resize the stand to fit pretty much any laptop. I've tried many expensive laptop stands, but this one is actually just perfect. The MacBook Pro has 4 ports, but they're all Thunderbolt 3 ports or USB-C ports, which means you will need a hub or a dongle to connect all of your equipment to your MacBook Pro. When I'm at my desk, I use the CalDigit TS3 Plus Thunderbolt 3 dock. I run pretty much everything through this dock, including my lights, my screen, microphone, speakers, external hard drives, you name it. I have it mounted under my desk for easy access to the front, where it has even more ports as well as an SD card slot. It's super fast and it has its own power source that is strong enough to power my MacBook Pro as well. So you can literally run your MacBook Pro on your desk with just one Thunderbolt 3 cable. Whenever I take my MacBook Pro with me, all I need to do when I get back is plug in the one cable and everything is instantly hooked back up. Obviously, the CalDigit isn't exactly super portable, and well, I did mount it under my desk, so it's not gonna go anywhere. So for all other occasions, I use this handy little USBC Hub by 12 South. It is conveniently called the Stay Go since it is designed for both desk use and to take with you when you're traveling. It has these little rubber feet so it will stay put on your desk. It has a USB-C pass-through in case you have no other ports available to power your device, an HDMI port, 3 USB-A ports, an Ethernet port, and a USB-C port. On the side, it also has a slot for SD and microSD cards. What I really like about this thing is that it has this small USB-C to USB-C cable built right into the unit. You can easily pull it out so you don't need to worry about bringing an extra one. Its perfect little travel companion is the Logitech MX Anywhere 2S. I don't have a whole lot to say about this mouse, except that it's surprisingly ergonomic for such a small mouse. It has programmable buttons and it can switch between devices by pressing a single button. For heavy lifting at your own desk, I do recommend its big brother, the MX Master 3, which is hands down the best mouse available. The magnetic mouse wheel is super accurate and it has a silent option whereby the wheel spins freely, which makes for lightning fast scrolling. The side scroll wheel is great for video editing, and like the MS Anywhere, it can switch between devices very easily. Oh, and you can use them on any surface. The case I'm currently using for my MacBook Pro is a really nifty one that was sent to me by a company called Moft. I like to travel light, especially when I'm at my office and I just need to run out for a quick meeting. I don't want to be lugging around my entire bag. So this thing is still on Indiegogo and it's marketed as a carry sleeve with invisible stand and storage. And that's pretty much what it is. The sleeve itself is made out of polyurethane and feels really premium. It's nice and sleek looking and has an elastic part in case you want to bring some stuff like a charger or wireless buds. Once you get to your meeting, you take out your MacBook and the sleeve turns into a stand by folding it into position. So far, I'm really digging this thing. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a full review on it. Next up is something that might look familiar to you if you've been to this channel before. This little guy is the OXO laptop cleaner. It has a brush on the one side and a bit of microfiber cloth on the other side, which makes it ideal for cleaning screens and keyboards. It's a couple of bucks on Amazon, so I have a few of these. I keep them in my bags and my drawers. Now, we all know MacBooks are not cheap, and one of the more expensive elements of the MacBook Pro is internal storage. Buying more internal storage directly from Apple is crazy expensive, so I highly recommend buying the internal storage you absolutely need and then relying on external SSDs for everything else. I use my MacBook Pro for work and video editing. 4K video files are huge, and you're gonna fill up your internal storage very fast. So here are 3 really great options. First, there is the Samsung T5 and the SanDisk Extreme. I'm grouping them together because the performance on these two is pretty much identical. They're relatively inexpensive, super fast, and ultra portable. The SanDisk is even dust and waterproof, which is pretty cool. These drives are fast enough to edit videos straight off of, but I recently got a new camera and the files it produces are massive. So when I'm working in a 4K timeline and add a few elements, even these drives sometimes struggle a bit. That's where the Samsung T7 comes in, which is twice as fast as the other two, and editing heavy timelines straight off the drive is a breeze. You can buy the regular version, which is a little bit cheaper, or the touch version, which has an added fingerprint reader in case you want to give your files that extra bit of protection. And lastly, for my fellow camera nerds out there, I've got this Sony CF Express card reader. Like I said, my new camera produces huge files, and trying to transfer them straight from the camera to my computer via a cable is a nightmare. It takes forever. I can't even tell you how much faster the transfer goes with a reader like this. I'm talking like 20 minutes versus only seconds. It's crazy. So if you happen to own a camera with a CF Express card, or you're thinking about getting one, you're gonna need one of these to get your files onto your Mac. For more content like this, have a browse on the channel. I upload new videos every week, and if you like this one, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It will go a long way in helping out the channel. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.